Every year, hundreds of burn victims from all over the Southeast arrive at the Joseph M. Still Burn Center in Augusta, Georgia. They are sent here because Augusta's Burn Center is recognized as one of the top burn centers in the world, with an unprecedented 97% survival rate. Not only are they dedicated to healing, but have a reputation for returning burn victims to quality lives.
Well, I was simply burning some trash, and I built model airplanes and had some model airplane fuel in one of the boxes and didn't know it. So when it went into the barrel, it blew up and got me. And so I threw myself on the ground and put the fire out and walked in the house and told Lou, I says, maybe we ought to go to the emergency room. And she took one look at me and just about fainted.
We took him to Rush, and I'm a nurse and I'm retired, and I worked for Rush for many years. And the doctor there knew about the burn center here. She came out and she said, Lou, I think we need to send Jim. We can't take care of him here. There's no burn center in Mississippi. I think he needs to go to Augusta, Georgia. I knew where Augusta was, but didn't know about the burn center. And she said they'll send a jet for him. They'll pick him up. They'll take him to Augusta, and they'll put him in the hospital. And that's how Jim got here. I didn't think about bringing anything. I didn't think about the weather. I didn't think about anything. Just got in the car with my purse and my medicine and came, and that was it. The first week that we were here, Larry and his wife had to go back to Nashville, but Samantha and Helen stayed with me. We paid $380 just for a room for the three of us for a week. You can't do that in a long term, and we knew it was going to be long term. So I'm so grateful that this is here.
Unlike patients with other types of injuries who may be treated and released or who spend a few days or weeks in the hospital, a burn victim's recovery may require months of surgery and intensive care. During those long months, family members play a most important part in that recovery.
We want family members to be here. We try to encourage them to come anytime they can and to stay. They help the patients in so many ways. They help them survive. So if a patient is laying in bed with an 80% burn, they give them an encouraging word, a familiar word, that anytime you're in a strange place, having that familiar person there makes you more comfortable. They may be on a ventilator, they may have all kinds of medications, but they can still hear you. So we encourage the families to talk to them. We get the family members in to help with the physical therapy, help push them. And also keep them actively involved so they feel comfortable when they go home changing their dressings or doing whatever's needed. So it's extremely important to have the families here or a relative.
Many family members who desperately want to be here to assist in the recovery process find that the cost of travel, lodging, and food makes it virtually impossible. In 1988, the Southeastern Firefighters Burn Foundation was founded to assist patients and their families both during and after treatment at the Joseph M. Still Burn Center. The foundation staffs and operates the Jeffrey Vaden Chavis House at the Shirley Badke Retreat, which is within walking distance of the burn center. Each year, well over 1,000 family members of burn victims stay here, and at least one meal is provided for them daily, all at no charge. The foundation coordinates volunteers from local churches and civic organizations to provide the meals program. 365 days a year, hundreds of caring volunteers generously give their time and talent to purchase and prepare over 15,000 meals. These meals bring comfort to families as they wait for their loved ones to recover.
If it wasn't for this house, I wouldn't have a place to stay.
We prayed together, we talked together, we ate together, we cried together, we laughed together. So it's just like a big family, really.
Family members arrive to support their patients. Sometimes they drive for hours to get here and have no place to stay, perhaps no money to pay for a place to stay, and we provide housing in our retreat in a home-like environment for them.
Every day. Every day. The food is good. They come in, they talk to us, they pray with us.
We laugh and talk, and I think that's what they need at this moment. Even though it seems bad of what's going on with them at the hospital, they know that they can have some type of peace. They can still, feel comforted, they have that support, and I think it really helps them in the long run.
A spirit of volunteerism pervades this house. It was named in honor of firefighter Jeff Chavis of the Round Hill Fire Department in Lexington, South Carolina, who lost his life in the line of duty, and Shirley Badke, a local burn survivor. The food, furniture, appliances, artwork, even the hand-carved headboards are all the work and gifts of volunteers.
On the day we did the groundbreaking for the building to be named in memory of our son. Some of the friends, some of Jeff's personal friends from the fire department came in and did some of the demolition work, from tearing down the ceilings and things like that. And a lot of the house was done by volunteers.
The house is staffed 24 hours and is equipped with security cameras for a pleasant and safer environment for the families. The Burn Foundation also helps needy patients pay for medications, anti-scarring garments, and transportation for follow-up medical visits. When funds are available, the foundation offers other financial assistance. Every few years, the Burn Center invites burn survivors and their families to a reunion with other survivors, doctors, nurses, and caregivers from the Burn Center. The weekend is filled with educational seminars, support group meetings, entertainment, great food, and lots of fellowship. The weekend is planned by the staff of the Burn Center with the entire family in mind and is supported by the Burn Foundation. Each December, the foundation helps ensure that each young patient and their families will have a holiday season that includes the things that every child wishes for during this special time of year. The foundation works with fire departments in the communities where children live who have received care at the Burn Center. Families who need the foundation's assistance submit a wish list, and then the foundation works with the fire department in that community to purchase and deliver holiday gifts to these families. In Augusta, the foundation works with the burn physicians and local businesses to provide the Shop with a Doc program, a holiday shopping opportunity for additional pediatric burn survivors. Funding for the Southeastern Firefighters Burn Foundation comes from a variety of sources: boot drives by local fire departments throughout the Southeast, a rodeo, concerts, bike rides, motorcycle rides, the aluminum cans for burn victims drive, and the generous contributions of civic clubs, churches, businesses, corporate sponsors, and individuals who desire to help others by volunteering.
Well, the Southeastern Firefighters Burn Foundation supports a very good work. The folks that have to go to the Augusta Burn Center, if they're there, it's been a traumatic event, and these folks make that easier in a very difficult time for those families.
I couldn't sum it up in one word. There's just not one word that could sum up this. It's great, it's fantastic, it's needed, it's used.
We help a lot with the boot drives as well. We've stood out in the road or by the road with the boot collecting and all, and there's people that would stop, and looks like the ones that didn't have the most to give the most. And their kids would even have them go back home and get their piggy banks, and they would come dump that in our boot.
Sometimes I'm overwhelmed with the generous support we get from our corporate sponsors. They are vital to what we do to support these burn survivors.
The firemen, when they're out there, they're not collecting money for themselves. Every dime they collect, they give away to benefit somebody.
Outside family can come in and help them just have a meal, just have clothing to put on their back, and not feel like everything around them is coming to an end, because they not only have to deal with the loss of everything that they have, but they've got one or many family members that are victims that they can't communicate with, and to have all of this loss at one time and nothing to turn to, it's just vital to have that service there.
His badge number was 307, and the first boot drive we did, it ended up in the number 307 in the dollars. So it was just, I guess, Jeff's way of saying, yeah, I like this.